Hey guys, Coach Cindy here from Allo Training, and today I'm doing a video on a blog post that will soon be available at allotraining.ca. It's called The Thing You Must Stop Telling Yourself. Now, this blog post was written because I had recently just talked to a client and she had expressed her frustration around not being able to stay on track with her healthy eating. She would do like really well for a period of time, and then her words would be that she would fall off track. And it wasn't that she didn't know what to do, she just seemed not to be able to stick to it. And she would go on to explain that she just needed more control or more willpower to get back on the bandwagon, was her words. And I know I can relate to that for sure, and I know that a lot of my clients and other women can certainly relate to that as well. And some of the things that she would say was that, but I love food, or I have a hard time saying no when I'm out with friends, and if I see it, I just want it. So it got me thinking about the word love, and how do we act when we truly love someone or something. Like if you think about your partner, your kids, your family, your best friend, or your dog, or your cat, think back to a time you felt really close to them, you felt really connected, you're warmth, you're happy, you're safe, the moment where you were most present and filled with joy. And that was love that we feel. We feel love within that moment and within their company, and just for them in general. So then if we think about the word love in the way we eat, are there feelings of anxiety around cravings? Do you find yourself eating alone so that there's no one to judge you or see you? Do you catch yourself feeling embarrassed or shameful for overeating or for falling off track yet again? And how do you feel physically in your body, and how do you feel emotionally in your body? Are the two things in alignment? And food is a great source of joy and pleasure when we limit it to its true purpose in our lives. We take the time to eat slowly, we're not feeling overstuffed, and really we taste the flavors. Sometimes we feel all these things when taking the time to prepare our snacks in our meals. I know I do when I do meal prep as well. I teach my clients to choose foods because it's what they like, not because it's touted to be the best weight loss food, or you should eat this way because it's going to solicit a lot of weight loss, basically. I teach them to make choices based on the level of love they want to feel for themselves. Generally, you should enjoy all of the nutrition or all the food that you're taking in, and really enjoy movement as well. But I also teach my clients that there's a difference between eating for nourishment and eating for emotional reasons. We think all emotional eating is bad, but it's not. And cake can be eaten as part of a celebration like a wedding or a shower, or tonight's my anniversary, or eaten when you feel sad. But the difference is twofold. One, the food is not going to numb or have me avoid uncomfortable feelings. At some point, I have to address the feelings that I have, because continuing to eat food as a way to numb or solve my feelings is just not going to work. Two, that not all emotional eating leads to binge eating episodes, nor does it mean you love food a lot, you're off the bandwagon, or you lack self-control. Now, perhaps the restrictive dieting approach you've tried so many times isn't the solution to gain control over your weight or achieve a better relationship with food and ultimately your body. Perhaps the secret really lies in loving yourself like we do our partners, our family, our pets, and making decisions around food based on the love for ourselves. I know it sounds radically different, because when we feel like we love ourselves, that we'll just lose control, we'll just say fuck it to everything and not really invest time and energy into that stuff. But really what we know is that when we love something, we nourish it and we take really good care of it. We just don't always put ourselves in that same equation like we do all those other people or their pets that we really love, those that are around us, basically. And it does mean letting go of periods of being good or successfully controlling yourself around food, and then having periods of losing control and making declarations of swearing to getting back in control starting tomorrow. And there's no love in that, and there's a lot of energy spent in that roller coaster, that cycle. It is quite possible that this cycle is due to all those years of dieting and feeling deprived around food, and all that energy spent controlling your weight versus taking a more inclusive, all-inclusive healing journey to get to the root of why it is that you can't feel or don't allow yourself to feel self-love, and in turn how it leads to subsequent food binge eating, emotional eating patterns. So the bottom line is that the constant dieting roller coaster leads us to feel not good enough, and leads us to believe that we will never, ever be happy. But the reality is that when we stop getting on the roller coaster, just stop getting on it and start practicing the same level of love that we feel towards ourselves, towards others, that we start to feel towards ourselves, we begin to make different food choices that honor that, and the direct opposite of what you think would happen. Dare to try? So this food philosophy is at the core of all of our online training programs here at Allo Training, a radically different approach than conventional dieting programs. So I invite you to go to allotraining.ca to check out the 3 different online programs we have and begin your radical journey. All right, this is Coach Cindy signing off.